Hello everybody, thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. I just felt like getting out of the heat and getting into the studio. I have no idea what I plan to do today, but I know I want to use this and this old grungy newspaper from sometime in early 2020 that I've just had laying around. So let's get started. I am going to use some matte medium just to get the newsprint down. Just bring it right along to the edge. This paper is so dry, it is just drinking the adhesive right up. Maybe I would have been better with a glue stick. For the little pieces, I'll use a glue stick, but for this one, I really wanted it to stick down. There we go. Let's see. You can see I've got some great green from another project on the back of this. There we go. Keep moving along here. Glue stick works great on these little ones. I feel like I need 2 more pieces. So let me just bring this back over and just see how things fit. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to be covering it up anyhow. This piece is a little big. Maybe I'll take some off the edge here. Put this last little one just right down there. So there's our base. I'm going to use cerulean blue and start covering it up. Let's put the lid on this. I don't need that drying out. Now I've got a circle stencil here that I picked up at AC Moore, probably from Plaid. Can't be positive about that though. I've had it a number of years. Somewhere I probably have the little envelope, the little glassine that it came in. This is a fun stencil to use because you do get an amazing amount of coverage. I mean, you only get little bits peeking through from the background. I'm just going to keep it going here. It's going to be kind of tough. It's a little messy, but I think if I hold it right there, I'll be able to come across this side okay. I'm just going to put it, let me scoot that out of the way, onto this green and just roll it off. Maybe I'll use it in some future one, you never know. Okay, so there's our base. Lots and lots of bubbles. Now this one is a Stencil Girl Products S874. And we're going to go right in with lime green. And what's great about this one is you've got some texture, some patterns inside the shapes that are just a lot of fun. They're not specifically patterns of anything, but they feel very nature-like. And you can see I'm just getting some nice details on there. This is a very translucent paint, so bear that in mind. This is not going to be a paint that you use to mask anything. Blob off there. There we go. Come up through there. You know what? I want to put one right in here. It's got some texture. And I'm going to come down through here again. I think I'm going to do that one. That spot needs a little bit of love. So there we go. A nice bright, bold base, but of course we're not done yet. We're going to add more before I put on this. See how nice that's going to pop? Now the next thing that I have is just a clementine bag. That's all it is. And it does have a little bit of stretch to it, but not so much that it ends up being a problem. Some of those net bags are very, very stretchy, and they don't work as well. You need the ones that are a little firmer. So on top of this, I'm thinking we just go with a black. Just go bold. And I'm going to use my blue sponge. because I don't mind if those two colors mix. It doesn't matter a bit. And then I'm just going to start adding some dots. This just ends up as a nice little circle pattern. Save those clementine bags. And I'm just going to loosely line it up. Get a little more black paint on here so that it doesn't become just a shadow effect. I want it to stay nice and bold. I want it really to pop. Okay, let's get some up here, some in the corner. There we go. I think I'll also lay it onto my paper and just off camera here run the brayer across it quickly, transferring what little paint there was, and I'll show it to you. So that's what you end up with, just a nice honeycomb or chair cane effect. It's really kind of beautiful in its own way. But here's what we've got. This great kind of almost an oceany feel to this. And then let's add on my Natalie Kalbach manhole cover art foamies and an old Chinese blossom print. And I'm going to turn this sideways because I really want to be careful doing this. I'm going to flip this over. This is a delicate piece of tissue. I don't think it matters which side I use, actually. I think I'll go on this side. And I'm just going to work from the middle out as gently as I can. Here I'm going to work from the edge in because I can hold that down. Keep working this way. Now I know it's a little bit bigger than my page, but that's okay, because I can trim that off. I'm just carefully going to smooth that down with my fingers and then bring in my brayer, which has stuff stuck on it. I'm getting too many things on my art table. I need to clean it off again. Okay, now let me come in just under this edge a little bit. I'll also tap on the top because I really want the edges to get stuck down. They can be difficult because as you get near them with a brush, they tear very easily. I may even pull this up a little bit, actually, and make it a ragged edge rather than going right off the page. Yeah, I think I like that better. There we go. Yes, that's perfect. Okay, let me turn it this way again. Now for a final bit of interest, all I want to do is add some gold. And I have my metallic folk art. Just always needs a good shaking up. And this time I'm going to use my potato bag. Another thing that you should hang on to. They're just great for adding a little bit of texture to stuff. Trying to keep an eye on the time so that this doesn't go too long. I don't want it to become an hour-long video. I like to have these quick so that you can say to yourself, I can do this. 20 minutes? I can set aside 20 minutes and get creating. There we go. I do like using gold. It's a nice final touch. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit down here too. Okay, I'm going to shift it a little bit. I hope that you can see the sparkle that we have. I'm going to grab a word. Sentence here, actually. I've got life is full of great adventures. And I'm just going to cut it into 3 sections. And just tack it down. There we go. Life is full of great adventures. I think I kept this under 20 minutes. I hope that you will give it a try. Thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative.